Madam, there is a man here who says he is your husband.
I married someone else.
Why did you really come back, Kachi?
I didn't have a choice. They forced me.
So it wasn't guilt that brought you back at all?
October 2024, Asaba, Delta State. Amara Nofo is sitting in her law firm office at 7 p.m. when her receptionist calls through. Madam, there is a man here who says he is your husband. She stops what she is doing. She has not had a husband for 3 years. Kachi Nofo disappeared in September 2021. His car was found abandoned near the River Niger Bridge in Asaba. His phone was recovered from the water. The police concluded he had most likely fallen from the bridge. His body was never found. After 18 months of official searching, he was declared legally dead in March 2023. Amara has been a widow for 19 months. She walks to her reception area. The man standing there is Kachi Nofo, her husband, 41 years old. He looks different, thinner, different hair, expensive clothes he would not have worn 3 years ago. But it is him, his face, his particular way of standing. He sees her. He does not look relieved to be found. He does not look like a man who has been rescued. He looks like a man who has been caught. Amara, he says. She stands very still. There are things I need to explain, he says. Yes, she says. There are. Behind him, visible through the glass of the reception door, is a woman waiting in the car park, young, heavily pregnant. Subscribe, because this story starts at the end and works its way to a truth nobody saw coming. A Nigerian lawyer's husband disappeared September 2021. Car found near River Niger Bridge. Phone in the water. Declared legally dead March 2023. She grieved for 3 years. Then October 2024, he walked into her law firm, alive, different clothes, different manner, and a pregnant woman waiting in the car park who turned out to be his new wife. He had faked his death, not to escape danger, to escape her. But why? And what had she not known about the marriage she thought she understood? The story goes backward before it goes forward. This is Amara's story. Amara takes Kachi to her office. She closes the door. She tells her receptionist to go home. She sits behind her desk. He sits across from her. The professional distance deliberate. She is a lawyer. She knows how to use a desk. You're alive, she says. Yes. You faked your death. A pause. Yes. The car, the phone in the water. Yes. I identified your belongings. I told your mother you were gone. I watched that woman collapse at your funeral. Her voice is completely even. I have been managing your estate as your legal widow, 19 months. Kachi looks at the desk between them. The woman in the car park, Amara says. He closes his eyes. Tell me her name. Nwayoma, he says. We married in Lagos in 2022. She is 8 months pregnant. Amara absorbs this. How old is she? 26. You left me, faked your death, moved to Lagos, married a 26-year-old, got her pregnant, and then came back to Asaba. Why? Why now? Why come back at all? Kachi is quiet for a long time. Because she found out about you. Nwayoma found documents, our marriage certificates. She knows I was married before. She knows I'm not legally free to have married her. Our marriage is not valid. She gave me an ultimatum. Come back and resolve this properly, or she goes to the police. Amara looks at her husband, her dead husband, the man she grieved for 3 years, who was alive in Lagos building a new life while she closed his estate and told his mother he was never coming home. She sent you back, Amara says. Yes, not guilt, not conscience. A pregnant 26-year-old with a legal problem sent you back. He says nothing. Amara nods slowly. All right, let me tell you what happens next. Go back 3 years. September 14th, 2021, a Tuesday. Kachi Nwofo leaves their home in Asaba at 6:30 a.m. He says he has an early meeting at his engineering firm. He kisses Amara on the cheek. She is half asleep, has court at 9 a.m., barely registers the goodbye. He does not go to the engineering firm. He drives to a location on the River Niger Bridge approach road. He parks his car carefully. He removes his phone and throws it into the river below. He takes a bag he has packed from the car boat. He gets into a different vehicle driven by a man he paid for this service. He is driven to Benin City. From Benin City, he takes a bus to Lagos. He is in Lagos by 4 p.m. He has been planning this for 4 months. His company, Nwofo Engineering Solutions, is in serious financial trouble. Not the kind of trouble that can be fixed with time and effort, the kind that has already crossed into fraud. He had taken contracts he couldn't fulfill, taken client payments for work not done, borrowed from banks using inflated company valuations. By September 2021, the total liability is 180 million naira. EFCC investigation imminent, criminal charges likely. Rather than face it, rather than tell Amara, rather than try to restructure, rather than anything except disappear, Kachi chose to disappear. He knew Amara would be devastated. He told himself the financial ruin was worse than his death for her. He told himself she was better off. He told himself many things during 4 months of planning that allowed him to do what he did. None of them were true. They were just the stories a frightened man tells himself. Amara Nwofo and Kachi Nwofo had married in 2013. She was 28. He was 30. She was a rising associate at a law firm in Asaba, ambitious and capable. He was an engineer who had recently started his own firm on the back of a major federal road contract. The early years were good, real good. They built a house together in the GRA. She made partner at 33. He won more contracts. They had a daughter, Oluebube, born 2016, who is now 8 years old. But things began changing around 2018. Kachi's firm started taking on contracts it shouldn't have. Too large, under-resourced, dependent on subcontractors who were unreliable. Amara noticed he was stressed, but attributed it to the normal pressure of running a growing business. He did not tell her about the financial trouble. This is the thing she has had to reckon with since his return. Not that he was in trouble, that he chose not to tell her. She was a lawyer. She had contacts. She had expertise in corporate restructuring and debt management. She could have helped. If she had told him in 2019 when the problem started, they might have found a way through. By 2021, it was too late for solutions. But even then, an honest conversation would have been better than 3 years of pretend death. He didn't tell her because he was ashamed, because he had built the image of the successful businessman husband to the successful lawyer wife, and he couldn't find a way to dismantle it honestly. So, he dismantled himself. Amara Nwofo in the years of his pretend death. The grief was real. She had loved him. Whatever he was, she had loved him and believed he was gone, and the loss of that was real and did not become retroactively false when he walked into her reception area. The first year was brutal. Oluebube was 5 years old, asking for her father in the way small children do. Not dramatically, just persistently, over and over in small moments that devastated Amara individually. She managed the household, her law practice, her daughter, her mother-in-law Lolo's grief, all simultaneously. She emerged from the first year changed, harder in some ways, sharper in others, more decisive. The law practice grew. She made senior partner in 2022. She bought property in her own name. She rebuilt her life around herself and her daughter and let Kachi's memory become something she could carry without collapsing. By 2024, 3 years after his disappearance, she was not happy in the way she had been happy in the early marriage years. But she was stable. She was building something. She was okay. Then he walked into her office. What Amara doesn't know when Kachi walks into her office in October 2024 is that his Lagos life has not been entirely as he described. Nwanyoma, 26, the pregnant second wife, she found the marriage certificate, yes, but how she found it is more complicated than Kachi described. Nwanyoma had been hired as a financial consultant by Kachi's Lagos company in early 2023. She is sharp. She noticed discrepancies in the company accounts. She investigated. She found not just the marriage certificate, but also the full trail of the 2021 financial fraud that Kachi had been running in Asaba before he disappeared. She brought the documents to Kachi. She did not go to the police immediately. She went to him first, and Kachi, facing exposure again, made the same choice he made in 2021. He chose seduction over honesty. He persuaded Nwanyoma that it was all in the past. He loved her. They could build something real. She had believed him. She had married him. Then she got pregnant, and then she found that the beautiful story he told her, widower rebuilding his life, had a living wife in Asaba. This is the part Kachi described accurately. What he left out, Nwanyoma still has the fraud documents, the 2021 Asaba fraud, 180 million naira, evidence that could still result in criminal charges. She isn't just asking him to resolve the marriage situation. She is holding the fraud evidence over his head. Come back, resolve this, or everything comes out. Amara, being a lawyer, does not simply sit across the desk and absorb her husband's story. She investigates. Over the 2 weeks following his return, during which he is staying at a hotel in Asaba at her insistence, not in their house, not near their daughter, she pulls every financial thread she can reach. She finds the fraud, the 180 million naira, the EFCC investigation that was building in 2021 and went dormant when Kachi supposedly died. But Amara knows something about EFCC procedure that Kachi apparently doesn't. A case closed on the basis of the subject's death can be reopened if the subject is found to be alive. All she has to do is notify the EFCC that her husband is not dead. She sits with this information for 4 days. She could use it to destroy him. All she has to do is make one phone call. Amara requests to meet Nwanyoma directly. Kachi tries to prevent this. She insists. She is a senior partner at a law firm. She knows how to insist in ways that don't require anyone's permission. They meet at a mutual location, a hotel coffee shop in Asaba. Nwanyoma arrives alone and very pregnant, 8 months along, composed in a way that suggests someone who has been preparing for a difficult conversation. Amara looks at this young woman, 26 years old, 8 months pregnant by a man who is legally still Amara's husband, who married her without disclosing his existing marriage, who sold her a story about being a widower, rebuilding his life. He lied to you too, Amara says, not accusingly, as a statement of fact. Wanyoma looks at her steadily. Yes, the fraud documents, you have them, yes. You didn't go to the EFCC because you didn't want your child's father in prison. A pause. Yes. And you sent him back here not because you wanted the marriage dissolved, you sent him back because you wanted to see what I would do, whether I would help him or destroy him. Wanyoma looks at her with something that is almost respect. I wanted to know what kind of woman he left, she says. And I think, she says carefully, that he left the better one.
The complication Amara has been managing since October is her daughter. Oluebube Nwofo is 8 years old. She was 5 when her father disappeared, old enough to have real memories of him, too young to have understood death fully. In the 3 years since, she has processed his absence in the gradual way children do, moving from asking for him to accepting he is gone, to occasionally mentioning him in the past tense with the matter-of-factness of a child who has metabolized grief. Kachi is alive. Oluebube does not know this yet. What does Amara tell an 8-year-old? Her father is alive, he chose to live, he built another family, he came back not from love or guilt, but because a pregnant second wife gave him an ultimatum. What version of this is survivable for a child? Amara sits with this longer than she sits with anything else. The legal questions she can navigate. The financial questions she can navigate. The question of what to say to her daughter, who thought her father was dead, sits in her chest like something she cannot put down. She talks to a child psychologist. She talks to her own sister. She talks to her pastor, who does not give her useful advice, but listens with genuine attention. Then she asks Oluebube, if Daddy was alive, would you want to know him? Oluebube thinks about this for a long time. Children's silences are different from adult silences. They are genuinely thinking. Would he want to know me? She asks. Oluebube does not have a certain answer to this. She says, I believe so. Oluebube thinks some more. Then yes, she says, but you have to be there. Amara Nwofo, senior partner, widow of 3 years, survivor of her husband's pretend death, makes 4 decisions. Decision 1. She does not report Kachi to the EFCC, not to protect him, to protect Oluebube from having her returned father immediately imprisoned. Not forever. If he commits further fraud, she will report without hesitation. But for now, she holds the knowledge without using it as a weapon. Decision 2. She files for divorce. The marriage is over. He built another life while she closed his estate. Whatever there was between them died at the river bridge in September 2021 when he chose a bus to Lagos over honesty. She processes this without rage. She has been processing it in various forms for 3 years without knowing it. Decision 3. She does not obstruct Kachi's legal situation with Wanyoma. Their marriage is invalid. Kachi is legally still married to Amara until the divorce is finalized. Once it is, there is nothing preventing them from legalizing their union. Their child will be born. That child is innocent. Amara has no interest in weaponizing an innocent child's future. Decision 4. She arranges a meeting between Kachi and Oluebube, supervised, in a neutral space, with a child psychologist. She watches from a distance as her daughter meets her living father for the first time since she was 5 years old. What happens in that meeting is private, but Oluebube comes home and draws a picture that evening. She shows it to Amara. It shows 3 figures, a tall man, a small girl, a woman watching from the side. Below the 3 figures, in Oluebube's careful 8-year-old handwriting, my family, but different. The divorce is finalized. Kachi Nwofo is legally a free man for the first time since he became a pretend dead man. Wanyoma's baby, a boy, was born in November 2024. Kachi is present for his son's birth. He is living in Asaba now, not in Lagos. He moved back after Amara made it clear that Oluebube needed her father accessible. He rents a flat in Asaba. He is working, not engineering. He has surrendered his engineering license voluntarily as part of the financial resolution Amara negotiated with the affected parties from the 2021 fraud. He is doing something smaller, something honest. Amara does not know if she respects this or simply notes it. Oluebube sees her father every other weekend. She brings drawings. He brings food she likes. The relationship is being built from near zero by two people, a man who chose wrongly and a child who deserved better, and it is imperfect and real and happening. Amara runs her law firm. She is building a department that handles fraud cases. She jokes to her colleagues that she has research experience. She has not forgiven Kachi. She is not sure forgiveness is the relevant metric. She is sure that she is okay. She is sure that her daughter is okay, or becoming okay in the particular way children become okay when adults do the work of making things safe for them. She is 39 years old. She was a widow at 36. Now she is neither widow nor wife. She is just Amara Nwofo, senior partner, mother, woman who got through something extraordinary by being the kind of person who knows how to sit behind a desk and ask the right questions. The picture on her office desk is Oluebube's drawing. 3 figures, my family but different. She has learned to live inside the different. This is Amara's story. Nigerian lawyer, Asaba, Delta State. Husband Kachi disappeared September 2021. Car found near River Niger Bridge. Phone in the water. Declared legally dead March 2023. She grieved 3 years, raised their daughter alone, made senior partner, built a life. Then October 2024, he walked into her law firm, alive, with a pregnant 26-year-old in the car park who turned out to be his second wife. He had faked his death to escape an 18 million naira fraud charges, moved to Lagos, married again. His new wife found out he had a living wife in Asaba, sent him back. 4 twists. His new wife had the fraud documents too. The EFCC case could be reopened. Amara investigated everything, decided not to destroy him for his daughter's sake, filed for divorce, arranged for daughter to meet living father. April 2025, divorce finalized. Family but different. Subscribe. Comment what you would have done. Share if this story is about more than betrayal.